What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Refinement. I am super jazzed. Today we are going to launch Reseller Rescue, and the store that we are saving is my own. So I have a bit of a reseller nightmare myself, and I think a lot of people out there have the same issue. So this month we're going to do some heavy cleaning to get ready for Q4. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with quality. I'm going to enter in 300 good items in my Poshmark closet. I'm going to optimize all the existing listings, titles, item specifics, photos. I made a little acronym for you guys. It's called SOLD. Start with quality. Optimize. Number 3 is liquidate and lower prices. 15 out of the 98 items in my closet don't match my criteria. So these 15 items right here, I'm going to liquidate, optimize, and do whatever I can to get them out of my store. At the end of the month, if they're still here, I'm going to donate them. So about 15% of my store is junk, and I'm going to get rid of that and fill it with better items. So on Poshmark, I've been doing this for about 3 months now. First month, 6,500. Second month, 14,000. Last month, 27,000. My goal for this month, August 2023, is just to maintain. I want $30,000 in sales and 17,000 profit. So far on Poshmark, I made $26,733 profit on $48,000 in sales. But I'm going to actually withdraw my balance because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to refresh this page because some people think it's fake. $33,759. I'm going to withdraw money for the first time. I totally understand that you can make money with interest. I kind of was just doing this so people can understand what happens if you don't take money out of your business. It snowballs really fast and turns into something pretty amazing even quickly. A lot of people are living on this money and it makes it a little bit difficult to grow. So my recommendation is always try to find a part-time or full-time job you can live on until you get there. I'm actually going to pause the video right now, enter in my banking information, and there really was no danger of being hacked because I have two-factor authentication turned on. So I get a text anytime my account has any changes. I recognize this is not FDIC insured, and I lost about $80 in interest not withdrawing the money in the last 3 months, but that's okay. I just wanted to prove an example. Now I'm going to withdraw the money, and down here, I'm going to add the new habit of withdrawing the Poshmark balance every single Friday during our listing party, which happens between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we list during that time, 3 hours or get work done. After that, we have a little party, happy hour, have a drink, have some lunch, hang out, talk about how the week went. So I'm going to withdraw my Poshmark balance on Fridays and do all my accounting. The goal would be to the first month of January be able to file my taxes. But now I'm going to pause the video real quick and enter in my banking information. Wow, that was honestly scary, guys. That was a lot of money. So 33,000 moving into my bank account. I should get it in a couple of days. Okay, so my Poshmark goals. I did 6,000 first month, 14,000 next month, $27,000 last month. This month I'm going to go for 30,000. I'm looking for $17,000 profit. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm only going to enter in 300 bangers, so $20 profit or more. I'm going to do it alone, and I'm going to create a standard operating procedure for the future. I'm thinking that I'm going to hire one person, and I'm going to try to get to 1.2 million in revenue on Poshmark. There's a lot of reasons why my Poshmark closet works, and I have that detailed in our reseller white papers, which is in our Patreon group at patreon.com/the-resellers-podcast. If you want to go over all the things that I do, but you will be surprised when you go in there and look at my Poshmark closet. There really is nothing I am doing that is that much different than what you could do, but I am really consistent, and I have 10 years of experience doing the exact same thing, so I kind of have an idea of what sells. Some people were saying they can't do it without selling Clove sneakers, but to be honest, most people had never even heard of this brand before I even started selling them because they're a shoe that's very niche and designed for nurses. I did wholesale these right at the beginning and pretty much everybody passed. I only sold around 75 pairs wholesale. And that's kind of wild considering this every single one of my sales is $20 profit or more. So I'm just going to prove that to you guys by looking at my sales. Every item that sells for over $35, I make a $20 profit or higher. Actually, right here, looks like there actually is one item I sold for $31, and I'm not sure how that happened. That's probably an error with me accepting that offer because 35 and over is fine. This $4 kick in the nuts is fine, but for the most part, every single one of my items is $20 profit or more, except for these 15 items that I'm going to get rid of. So at the end of the month, if they're still there, I'm going to donate those items. So in the morning call, one of the things that we were talking about is searching here. So on the left side here, I'm going to search by available items, and I'm going to sort by low to high and look at the items that are not $20 profit. So a couple of t-shirts, this pair of Tor jeans. even though I could potentially wait and make a $20 profit, I also have the parameter of wanting to sell items in 3 months or less. And if I wanted to make a $20 profit on these items, it would take years. I'd have to find somebody that really is desperate to find this kind of item and get it. But very, very difficult to find somebody that long. I don't have enough patience to do that. I want my items to sell in 3 months or less. So these items right here, all the way to this vintage coral snake shirt, which is awesome, but will not make me a $20 profit unless I sell it like on Whatnot. So once those items are gone, I will have completed my Poshmark renovation and will be where we want to be. My Whatnot goals, I want to do $276,000 in sales. I want to do $92,000 profit. I want to run 4,300 auctions. I do that with a staff of 3 part-time people. I call it part-time, but in California, they're technically full-time because here, 30 hours a week is full-time. So I have 3 people that work 30 hours a week. I think that per person, the limit that people keep asking about, what can I do on my own? I think it's between 500,000 and 1 million in revenue is like a comfortable 20 to 60 hour work week. If you want to really work like crazy, you could and make close to $1 million in revenue. If you want to just do it part-time on the side and you really know what you're doing, maybe 20 hours on the light end. But $500 to $1 million per person. For me and my company personally, I'm looking for about $1 million revenue per employee. Otherwise, it's like a lot of work to find people, interview people, pay them well, offer benefits. All of my employees are W-2 now, so I only have people that work here full time on Whatnot. I do have other contractors that do different things, but specifically on Whatnot, just 3 people. My goal is $92,000 profit. Also, on YouTube, as you guys know, a lot of people think that all my money comes from YouTube. That's not true. I actually can pay my bills from YouTube revenue, but it's not the majority of my income. So on YouTube, I'm planning on doing 31 videos this month, documenting my journey. I'm not going to be fancy. I'm just going to go over what I'm actually doing because I feel like what I'm actually doing is interesting enough for content. So that's the goal. So after that, I want to max out my SEP IRA contribution this month. If you guys don't know what a SEP IRA is, it's like a retirement account for entrepreneurs. I'm going to Google it real quick. What is a SEP IRA? You can contribute as much as $66,000 per year in 2023. So I want to max that out. It's kind of like a 401k for business owners. So for me personally, I want to have $4 million in this bank account by the time I retire. Actually, it's 59, sorry, age 59. By the time I retire at age 59, I want $4 million in just that SEP IRA account. That's just like my emergency fund. So that's that. That's like an IRA. Also, it's pretty interesting because this year, even though stocks have been really bad, that has earned me $9,000 already, which is kind of insane because I only invest in one stock, which is VTSAX. I would consider myself a horrible investor, but I was able to pick this up at $90 and it's been going up over time. And even though it is like, it goes up and down, but overall it goes up. And this is essentially the entire stock market. So I'm just betting on the United States going up. I'm horrible at picking individual stocks, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not an expert at day trading, so I'll leave it to the experts. Just do it that way. And now back to the road to the redemption. Those of you that want to follow along, do this journey with me. Let's start with quality. Let's optimize all our titles, item specifics, photos. The first thing you want to do is try to get full price for your item, right? So I've already optimized these. These sneakers actually look pretty good. They're leopard print sneakers. The only problem is I only have one size 9. And in order to get them to sell in 90 days or less, I have to price them at $10. It sounds crazy, but they don't really sell that well. This is a $70 pair of shoes, but just because it's so competitive, there's so many people selling the same shoe, I can barely sell it for $10 plus shipping, which is wild. That just shows how competitive it is. I don't want to sit on these forever asking 30 or 40, but a lot of people on Poshmark do. They're asking way, way, way too much money, and maybe they want to wait 6, 7, 10 years to sell their items, but I don't. I want 3 months or less. So essentially, road to redemption for me is to get rid of these low-priced items that come with a lot of the bulk buying that I'm doing. So a lot of people say, oh, I wish I could buy bulk. I'm not sure you do because you get stuck with all the stuff that takes a long time to sell. This t-shirt, I have like 50 of this t-shirt. I have it priced at $3. It's still not selling. I would only make 5 cents, which is obviously less money than I paid for this item, but this just goes to show some items will not sell no matter what price they are at. This is even a great size, 2XL, but a purple shirt with a boat on it, even though it's single stitch, even though it's a great size, even though it's a cool city, San Francisco, it's probably not going to sell just because there's no brand, the graphic is just so-so, it's going to take a long time to sell. So it's important to realize some items just don't sell, and I want to get those items out of my store. I only want stuff that sells like crazy. On the lower end of my store, I have some sneakers that are not as good of colors. I have one vintage shirt, which I will get $39 for, no problem. And then Prana pants, I have a few left that I bought at the end of the year sale in 2022. And those sell like crazy. I should just keep them at $39. They'll all sell out. I'm not worried about those items because they're really, really popular and they're sold out. So those ones will eventually sell. The main brands I sell in my store are like vintage t-shirts, Echo sneakers, Echo shoes, Echo sandals, Echo flats. I sell Clove sneakers, and if you guys have been watching, I do sell a good amount of outerwear in my store. I just don't talk about it. So if you're paying attention, there's some clues that I'm leaving for items that sell well, but honestly, most people have not heard of the brand Clove before I was selling them publicly online. And all of my shoes are pre-owned, not new. If you look through these, none of my listings are in the new category because they're not new. No original box, they've been tried on. They're not new. Selling new stuff at a discount is very different than selling pre-owned stuff that's been tried on. You can't advertise it as brand new. So there's plenty of people who have the same sneakers as me and don't sell them. Surprisingly, we have the exact same stock, exact same opportunity on Poshmark, but they don't understand the ins and outs of selling it. So you can have the exact same items as me and still have slow sales. So it's important to understand it's not just the product, but it starts there. The road to redemption starts with quality. Then you optimize, then you liquidate, then you donate. Okay. Then I want to finish my warehouse remodel. I am currently setting up pallet racks. I have 8 of them. They hold 20,000 items, and that will be the amount of stock that I want to carry. That's it. So 20,000 items on those shelves. I'll be able to visually see, hey, you know what? It's starting to fill up. Don't buy anymore. 20,000 is there. I'm also setting up my regular pallet racks, and my regular pallet racks are, my regular shelves, the Husky shelves behind me. I use those for sorting by size. So I'm setting up 10 of those shelves, 10 of these shelves, and 8 pallet racks. That's my goal for my warehouse remodel. I'm pretty excited to show you guys what it looks like after. Also, final thought, my whatnot tutorials inside the reseller white papers as well. So if you want to join during August only, you get access to that at the monthly level at $34.99. This is at patreon.com/theresellerspodcast. That is only available in August. After that, you'll only be able to get it if you sign up on an annual basis. So that's something that we want to just reward the people who have supported us over the years. I run that group with Tech and Sports. We've been doing that for about 3 years now. We are trying to show people how amazing consistency is. Our podcast is not even on here, my list. And as you guys know, we have one of the top podcasts on business and reselling in the world. And that's just from doing it consistently every single week for 3 years. There's nothing fancy. If I showed you guys how ghetto our setup is, you would laugh because it's just him and I on MacBooks. There's no equipment. There's nothing fancy. It's just useful information, and millions of people listen to it. So you don't have to be fancy. You just need good stuff. How many people have a $10,000 podcast studio and nobody listens to their podcast? Or an amazingly expensive photo setup? I will show you guys my photo setup. Actually, my photo setup is in the white papers as well. It costs about $80. So like, and that's because I'm fancy at $80, but like, everybody has $80 to start a business where you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you just sell your junk in your house, you'll have $80 to start. So everything is achievable for everyone. I'm not making this video or these videos so that you can do the results exactly like me. Your results will not be like mine. Okay? Everyone's mileage is going to be different because you have a different level of experience. You have a different level of items in your store. It's very different. So this is not, hey, you can just copy me and do the same. And it's kind of funny because so many people do copy my store and Tech and Sports' store. More people copy his, but like, it doesn't work. You have to have context. I do things for a specific reason. If you don't know the reason behind why I'm doing it, copying me won't work. So let me know, guys, if this series is exciting to you. I'm super jazzed, and I'll see you guys for the next 30 days every day.